Yo guys, what's going on? Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Before we get into it, make sure you're leaving a like on this video here today. I know some of my subscribers who are here for Modern Warfare might not be ready for the transition to Cold War, but it's going to happen at some point. I'm a Call of Duty channel. It's my job to report on this stuff, so I just have to. So if you don't enjoy the content, I am sorry, but all I ask is you be optimistic about it, have an open mind, and still support the channel in any way you can. So guys, we're going to be talking about the brand new cover art that was released for Cold War today. There was a trailer yesterday, which I was going to talk about here on the channel tonight actually, but I decided this was a little more interesting and I thought this was way cooler. So let's just pop up the cover art on screen right now and you guys can see everything going on here. If we compare this to the previous Black Ops titles, 1 through 4, all of those cover arts were dark, gloomy, they weren't bright and vibrant. This one, there's a lot of colors, there's propaganda, you can see a lot about the game, and it's just very pop, and it's very colorful, bright, and vibrant. So I was pretty shocked, and it was a little bit overwhelming to see this cover art right out of the gate. But honestly, I was a fan. I'm a fan of this, and there's some stuff we're going to talk about here with this cover art. So presumably both sides are going to be the US and Russia, or also known as the Soviet Union during the Cold War times. Now, I don't know all my history, as Call of Duty's been telling me to know all my history, but I do know for a fact that it was mainly Russia and the US with very high tension. So presumably that's what the campaign's going to be all about, just the Cold War era, and obviously the multiplayer is probably going to be more of that video game like stuff in the campaigns where we're going to see a lot more of the theme come into effect for this game. But this cover art looks amazing in my opinion. I think this might be what they stick with for, what you're going to see in your PS4, PS5 cases for the game and stuff like that. When you load it up on your PlayStation or Xbox, PC, whatever it may be, this will be what you see in that little box for the application. So I honestly was, pretty excited about this, but the first thing I noticed was on the left-hand side. So let's zoom in. If it's kind of grainy or pixely, I do apologize, but, we're zooming in so far on this weapon that, it's going to be like that. So I do apologize, but let's take a look at this thing, man. You have a weapon in this soldier's hand. If you guys don't know what that is, it's an M16, baby. We are going back to hopefully the 3-round burst. Now, I know there's like an M16A3 or M16A4, but I don't know if it was used around those 1960s. Now, the reason I'm saying the 60s is because with the trailer yesterday, or the Easter eggs, I can't remember which one, but it's mainly around like the 63, 64, and it's not, towards the latter of the years for the Cold War, being the 80s and 90s when it came to an end. So I'm not sure if the A3 or A4 was used during those times or not. I'm pretty sure there is some sort of M16 that is full auto, but we can pretty much safely assume from, I think it was Black Ops 1 that had an M16, that it's going to be 3-round burst. So I'm pretty darn excited for an M16 coming back. We had the M16 return to Black Ops 4 in DLC. I actually used it today. It's not in this gameplay, but I was using it a little bit today, and it's pretty darn fun. So I'm pretty excited to have an M16 back in my hands, and hopefully one bursting people in multiplayer. That's going to be super fun. But since it is 150 health that we've heard, I kind of doubt it. Probably going to be a 2 burst, but we're getting on a different rant for another time. We have the M16 pretty much confirmed. We're going to zoom in a little bit further here, and you can see there's actually a carrying handle. Dead giveaway for the M16. So I'm pretty darn excited, man. But I did want to point out one other thing regarding weapons, and I'm going to have an entire, weapons of the Cold War era type video. I don't know what the title is going to be, something like that. But we're going to take a look at like all the weaponry around that 1960s era and what I think is going to be in this game. We have, Dragunovs. Dragunovs are probably going to be in the sniper category. The PPSH could be a submachine gun coming back. We had one in World War II. A lot of people like that, and it was used during the 60s. So we could see something like that. You never really know. We're going to take a whole look at like a list of just all the weapons used during that time period. And that's going to be a future video. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you are, and then you won't miss it. But we're going to take a look at these soldiers on the bottom. Now, I do want to point out before we zoom in, there's soldiers on the right-hand top right corner, kind of towards the top right, a little bit lower. There's 4 sets there, but they're the same exact soldiers as the one on the bottom here that we're going to be taking a look at. So zooming in, you can see 3 soldiers and there's 3 weapons there. The far right soldier kind of looks like an M16, very, very blurry and hard to tell. Not crystal clear like the one on the left, but there's 2 weapons there, and 2 of those weapons have slings. and the slings are very, very common on the M16. So this further proves that we're probably going to have an M16, but another weapon at the M16, the sling was very, very common on. The sling was common on M14s, and I do believe M14s were around back then. So with that being said, could we possibly have two confirmed weapons here in the cover art? The M16, 100% without a doubt. I don't care what you say. There's going to be an M16 in this game. Quote me on it later. This will age perfect. But coming up now, what I'm about to say, M14, we might see it, we might not. Who knows if we're going to have that marksman rifle category come back. I kind of bet we will. We've seen it the last 2 years with quote-unquote DMRs or marksman rifles. So the M14 is definitely something we could have. And the M14 was pretty commonly used with a sling as well. But pretty much I'm guaranteeing that that sling is going to be some part of the M16, whether we see that blueprints as we know them now, mastercrafts as we know them in the Black Ops games, who knows. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. I do want to kind of point out some other stuff really quick, and then we'll wrap this video up, is it's going to be a Black Ops series game. We saw Black Ops 4 with a ton of different customization and crazy camo options, so I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that, even though they were trying to stick to kind of this modern theme with Warzone, but it was Modern Warfare and a completely different publisher. So I kind of think we might get some greater customization options, and maybe we'll be able to, if we have Gunsmith, put a sling or no sling on our M16. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm pretty excited for this game. Hopefully it's not a flop like World War II. Like World War II on this channel, man, I think I made 2 or 3 videos on it, and then I just went back to like Black Ops content for I think it was Black Ops 3 content, and it was for like the rest of the year, or I just didn't upload. I think I literally went the whole year without uploading. Now we're at a position where we cannot do that, so I'm really hoping the game is good. I am praying the game is great, because I do not want to sit there and hate my life. Modern Warfare has been a great game until the skill-based matchmaking really started to get to me, and now I think it's just in my head to the point where I can't accept it. But yeah, guys, I think this is going to be a great game, to be honest with you guys. I really, really do. I have high hopes for it, and hopefully we can pump out just as much content on that game that we did this year. In Modern Warfare, I think this was my best year so far, and I just want to continue that, continue the growth for it, and have a very prosperous and healthy channel with a great community that I've already started to get. So can't thank you guys enough for showing all the support, man. And hopefully you guys will be here for me through this transition to Cold War, and hopefully you guys really enjoy the game, and hopefully I do too, and hopefully we get Warzone. That's enough hoping. Let's wrap this thing up. If you guys enjoyed the video today, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, check out the sponsors and equipment description below. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'm out.